Hi guys, my name is Adrienne and the title of my project is Teaching Primary Colors Using Assistive Technology. My lesson topic and content area are primary colors, and my goals are to establish color recognition and identification, as well as sorting and categorization skills for these students to develop those skills. And the grade level that I'm focusing on are preschool level students. So these are students who are of preschool age or who are just performing at a preschool level. So a number of materials are required for this lesson, and these include a whiteboard, red, blue, black, and yellow dry erase markers, a laminating machine, laminating sheets, white printer paper, a computer, a printer, board maker online, which requires an internet connection, Velcro, markers that are blue, yellow, red, and purple, and these don't have to be dry erase, an adjustable easel, a large canvas paper roll to fit on the easel, and 3 large clips to hold the paper onto the easel, one red, one blue, and one yellow clip, and a bin to hold the laminated images, and the bin cannot be a primary color. So I chose green. In addition, we need scissors and an environment that promotes concentration and collaboration. This can be a classroom, a home office, etc. So, in terms of the procedures, we're going to begin with an introduction or review. So, a teacher is going to introduce or review the primary colors. She will explain that they are red, yellow, and blue, and she will write on her whiteboard in a black marker primary colors, and underneath she will write red, yellow, and blue in their respective colored markers, just so the students have a visual representation of the fact that those 3 colors are under the umbrella category of primary colors. Then they will go directly into their online activity, which was a board maker online sorting activity that I created. And the students will sort shapes into 3 primary color categories. And then they will have a break after, because I think it's really important for students to have breaks, especially students that are of preschool age, so that they're able to focus on the following activity after. I think a good idea for a break for these students would be a snack, or maybe a short dance or stretch break, something that will just get some of their restlessness out so that they're able to concentrate. And then after the break, they will go into their offline activity, and this is a physical sorting activity. So students will sort animal images into 3 primary color categories using Velcro onto a large canvas paper on that easel that we discussed in the materials. So I have attached the link to a very detailed video walkthrough of my online activity. So if you'd like to know more, you can click on this link and watch a full walkthrough, although I will be detailing my online activity here just using photos. So here is a screenshot of my online activity using Boardmaker Online before it is finished, before it is completed by the students. So you can see that the title is primary colors, and there are 3 main categories, yellow, blue, and red, into which the students can sort these shapes that are in this bank just mixed up together. And the directions are, remember that the primary colors are yellow, blue, and red. What color are these shapes? Sort the shapes into the correct color groups, red, blue, or yellow. So these directions can also be read aloud just by clicking anywhere on the directions, and so can any text that is on the screen. So if a student were to click on the word yellow, it would be read aloud. Same with blue, red, primary colors, anything that you see, even circle, diamond, square, it can be read aloud, which I think is a great accessibility feature that Boardmaker Online provides. In addition, another accessibility consideration that I made is contrast between text and background, and that is why the word yellow is in black while blue and red are in white, because the white font on the yellow background is almost impossible to read. So I wanted to make everything, large font and great contrast so that it's the easiest possible for everyone to read. So that's just a consideration. So what the student is going to do is he's going to click and drag these items, these shapes, into the correct category. So if a student makes the correct choice and drags, let's say, this yellow circle into the yellow category, the program will immediately let him know, like, ding, yes, you did it. That's where that circle belongs in yellow. And he will get that immediate feedback. However, if a student is incorrect and say he drags this yellow circle into the blue category, he will hear a buzzer, and the program will let him know immediately that he is incorrect and that it does not belong there. and the yellow circle would be booted right back down to this mixed bank down here where it began. However, if the student makes that same mistake again and misplaces the yellow circle for a second time, he will hear the buzzer again and he will be alerted that it does not belong there. However, instead of being booted back down to the mixed bank, the item will be moved to the correct category. So it would be moved into the yellow category the second time. So this is significant because it's immediate feedback, and it also does let the student know what the correct answer is fairly quickly. However, if a teacher really wants to know the extent of a student's success and accuracy while doing this activity, the teacher would have to be present to supervise the student, because there's really no way, if a teacher does not observe the student, to know whether at the end, when all the items are sorted, whether the student had placed the item in the right category, or if he had made two mistakes in a row, and that's why the program had booted the item into the right category. So those are just some things to consider. So this is what the online activity looks like when it is completed, after a student has completed it, with all the yellow shapes in the yellow bin, all the blue shapes in the blue bin, red shapes in the red bin. And the program will let the student know, yes, you completed them all, great job, and then they can exit the activity. So in this next portion, I have a couple videos detailing my offline product. So I'm going to play the videos for you just so you can get a better idea of my offline product. Hi guys, I'm Adrienne. This is my project, my offline activity. So I will be attaching images of this board as well as everything I'm going to show you, so that you'll have a better view of it, just in case you can't see it clearly just from my computer filming this. So first of all, my activity is a sorting activity. The content area is, again, similar to my online product, is primary colors. And my target audience is going to be preschool age kids or preschool level students. So what this is a sorting activity. So in here, in this box, I have clearly laid out a number of different images. They're all animals, and each of them are either red, yellow, or blue. So each of them fit into one of these categories. And I have a strip of the rough Velcro right here. So, and on the back of each of these is a strip of the soft Velcro. So, and it's on the whole back of it, so it'll be really easy for the kids to just stick them on, even if they don't get it exactly right. It's easy. So, just a couple notes about accessibility. So I did laminate each of these pieces for easier grasp and just manipulation, and just for durability, just to have them last longer than just one go, especially if these are used with preschool age students. And I also decided to lay them out clearly like this, spaced out in this soft green bin. It's soft, it's not going to hurt anyone, and it's also not red, blue, or yellow, which I think is really important, because I think it's kind of confusing if there's a bunch of different colors going on. So that's another reason why I have this red clip on the red side, the blue clip with the blue, and the yellow with the yellow, just to keep everything consistent. And just a couple notes about accessibility. I did try to choose colors that would pop out off of this white paper. For example, this dark purple, I feel like is very easy to read. I tried to print largely. And this yellow, when I wrote with the yellow, it was really difficult to see on the white paper, so that's why it's outlined in black. But then I also decided to color in this entire section of where the yellow will go, and same with the blue and the red, just to make it a little more clear to the students what they're supposed to do. So the directions say, sort the animals into the correct color group. So those are the directions, so that's what the kids would do. So say they would look in here, and they would see this red rabbit, and ideally they would place it in the red category. Or they would see this yellow sheep and put it in the yellow category. And same with the blue, this blue pig, I have a blue puppy, a blue rabbit, a blue sheep, and a blue cow. So there are 5 total for each primary color, so I have a total of 15 images of animals that need to be sorted. So then say, let me just go ahead and finish this up, and say this one got put in the wrong category. And there we go. And then let's say there's 2 yellow left, and the kid didn't know what to do with this. So the way that I was going to assess this or assess the success of a student doing this activity would be with a score sheet. So there would be 3 sections of the score sheet for red, blue, and yellow, and the student would be graded on how many out of 5 in that category he placed in the right category. So this red, 5 out of 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. So 4 out of 5, because this one's wrong. So he would have a 4 out of 5 score for red. For blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 5, 100% on blue. And then yellow, 3 out of 5, because he didn't know what to do with the last 2. So that's how you would assess the success of a student with this activity. And it is the type of activity that does need to be monitored and supervised by a teacher, because the students really need that immediate response and that immediate feedback. And that's something with my online products that using Boardmaker, that they did get that feedback immediately because it was programmed in there. If they did it wrong, the program told them, nope, that's wrong, goes over here. Whereas with this, this has been in the wrong category the whole time and no one said anything. So you would need a teacher there to let the student know that that's not where this would go. So, in addition, a couple more accessibility issues or just considerations. This is an easel. This is actually my daughter's easel. And so you would need, so it's actually adjustable. I don't know if you can see on the computer, but its legs can be extendable or collapsible. So it's actually pretty low right now. I have it on top of this windowsill here, but it's actually the perfect height for a preschool age student. So that's great, but it's great that it is adjustable though, because not all students who are performing at a preschool level are actually preschool age or are that height necessarily. So this can be adjusted for whatever height a student is, or say a student's in a wheelchair, it can be adjusted to his needs and his height. So those are just some cool things that I thought about, and also the clips are extremely necessary to keep it in place, especially if you're taking off the Velcro. It is important to have that be strong. And that is my offline activity. Thanks, guys. So in this next video, I just had a couple of notes that I forgot to mention in my first video, so I'm going to play it for you guys, and just so you know, it is a little shorter than the other one. Hi guys, Adrienne again. So there were a couple things that I forgot to mention in my last video, so I just wanted to go over them now. First of all, I want to say that the best way to implement this activity would be using explicit instruction, which would involve direct, clear, just succinct directions that a student can understand, and I think that I've done that. But more than that, it would involve implementing an I do it, we do it, you do it kind of plan. So that would look like the teacher modeling this activity first on her own, so I would just do it on my own the way that I have. And then after that, I would have a student come up and I would do it with them. So I would assist them, provide guidance, whether they ask me or not, I would help them out. And then it would be you do it. So that would be involve a student coming up and doing the activity on his own. And I would be there for guidance and also to provide feedback. However, I'm not assisting as much as I would in the we do it section. So that's just something to consider in terms of actually implementing this activity. And additionally, I also wanted to talk about these little guys. So I had mentioned that they're laminated and they have the Velcro on the back. But I think that they're actually just the perfect size for a kid that's a preschool age. They're very durable. They're easily manipulated and grasped and moved around. So I think that they're just perfect. And also, I don't know if you can see from the computer, from my actual camera on the computer, but they are all labeled. So this is a yellow rabbit. It does say rabbit, just like it does on this red rabbit. And I think that's really useful. Even though preschool age kids may not be able to read yet, it's still good for sight words, for them to see these words and to recognize that, they can still see that this word is the same as this word on this other rabbit. So it's just something that may help them later when they are starting to read. And, it's always good to set higher goals for your students than you may expect from them. So that's another thing I really was careful to include. So thanks, guys. So in this next slide, I have a couple pictures from my offline product. So on the left, I have an image where you can see the items clearly laid out in the green bin, and you can also see on the back where I've attached the soft portion of the Velcro to each item. And then on the right, you have a close-up of the paper that is attached to the easel where the students will be sorting the different items, and you can see that there is Velcro down the center of each color category, and that the text is all written very largely, and it stands out from the white background very well. So for the offline product, I originally made these images on Boardmaker, and I just found them searching through the symbols that they had, and then I used Boardmaker's editing tool to just change the colors to blue, red, and yellow, and then I took a screenshot of that, which is the image on the bottom left, and that's what I printed from my computer. And then I cut them out, laminated them, attached the Velcro, and placed them in the bin, and that's the image on the right. So I know that I had already touched on this in my videos, but I also have laid out the AT adaptations and reasons why, again, in this slide. So for my offline activity, the images are extra large and laminated for easier access, grasp, and manipulation. And the clips secure the canvas paper to the easel, which is so important because it holds it in place while the students Velcro their responses onto the board. And it allows for effective access, manipulation, and placement of images on the easel board. And all text is large, legible, and easily decipherable. And the background paper is white, and only fresh markers that write very clearly were used. And this includes writing for directions, labels, category titles, etc. And it allows for easier view, reading, and understanding of materials. And the easel height was set appropriately for preschool students, but it can be adjusted for the student who is using it. If a student is in a wheelchair, it can be adjusted to that height, or if someone's very tall or very small, it can be adjusted, so that's very helpful. And the laminated images are placed in the large bin, which allows for easier view and access to those items. And the items are a size that is very easily manipulated in your hands. So, moving on to my online activity, I did consider color contrast and making things easy to see. And I also used large font and made sure that the shapes and colors were also very clearly distinguishable. I made sure that the directions could be read aloud, as well as any text that can be clicked on. So moving on to my online and offline products connection, they both have the same content focus. Both activities teach primary colors, both enhance and work on students' sorting and categorization skills. They practice grouping. And the difference in images, shapes versus animals, it really allows the students to recognize that colors transcend various categories of objects. And both of these programs help train students to follow directions, provide positive reinforcement, and give immediate feedback. And both are fun and innovative ways for students to show understanding of primary colors, sorting, and following directions. So in this last video, I have my daughter doing my offline activity. She is going to be 3 over the summer and go to preschool in the fall. So she is just about that age that I designed these activities for. So I thought it would be cool to see her actually doing them. And she actually wanted to do them without me even prompting her. So I took a video. So I've included this at the end just in case you guys want to watch. Okay, Lila, so the directions are sort the animals into the correct color group. So you have to make sure these animals go in the right color. Good job. You did the yellow. Red. Good job. Red.
I'm cleaning up.
Oh, you're cleaning them up?
Yeah.
Good job. Blue. Keep going. Good job. It's okay, baby. It's stuck on there. It's stuck on there. You can just put it once.
Yellow. Let me go up here.
Good job. Where did that one go?
Go right here.
Oh, what color is he? What color was that?
I read the back.
Red and black. Awesome.
Yeah, I pink.
The pig? What color is the pig?
Blue.
Blue. Good job. Red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm gonna go
Oh, good job.
This one goes yellow.
Good job. You're right. That is yellow.
This one goes yellow too.
Good job. You're right.
This one goes blue too.
Oh, great job, Lila.
This one goes yellow.
Perfect. There you go. It's stuck on there. It's okay.
This one goes. Oh, why you go this one?
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh.
Last one. Oh, good job, baby. You did it all.
Let me do one.
Good job.
Let me do it again.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the end of my project. Thank you guys for watching.